Hello and welcome back to God's Basement. We got spooked around a bit by Grandma last time, so let's see what kind of bullshit Grandma wants to throw our way this time. Okay, so that door's open. I bet this one's probably locked, and let me guess, the one in front of us is locked. Okay, so I think, wasn't it last time, like, everything kind of occurred down that hallway? Like, we kept looping back into here, and then it was... the other hallway was where we had to kind of go down continuously? Yeah, so there's probably something like that here. What do I got? I'm starting to worry about the future. Grandma's condition continues to get worse. If she's going to stay like this for the rest of her life, I hope not. What will happen if I have to leave for college? Who's going to take care of her? The way it is now, I can barely leave her alone for 2 seconds without her breaking something. I'm currently in my 3rd year of high school, so I still have little time to think about that. Hopefully I'll come up with a solution later. James, buddy, your solution is that you go to, like, your school counselor or some sort of, like, authority, and then you go ahead and you say, like, hey, guys, this is what's going on with Grandma. Can you give me some help? Because you're, like, 16, 17 years old. The fact of the matter is you're a clueless idiot, because everyone is when they're 16 and 17. I was a clueless idiot, you're a clueless idiot, everybody is a clueless idiot at that point in their life. Which is fine. Not saying anything bad about those people. But it does mean that you probably shouldn't try to solve problems that you are wholly unqualified to be trying to solve. Okay, what spooky bullshit are you going to be throwing my way this time, game? Let's see, is this... Of course, that's back to being open. What, Still nothing there then, huh? Nothing here? Okay, I feel like it's weird, like there's a minor delay in the audio, so I keep on thinking that like something is coming up behind me, and I'm not liking that. I just entered my senior year of high school. It's time to start thinking about what happens after. I recently applied for the scholarship, would pay for basically all my expenses, including tuition, room and board, and everything else. My biggest issue right now is my grandmother. We don't really have any relatives or anyone to take care of her besides me. Will I have to take care of her for the rest of my life? The answer seems to be yes. Her condition keeps getting worse and worse. I know this is selfish, but I feel quite bitter about this current situation. I keep having to make sacrifices for her sake. Hopefully I'll think of a solution sooner rather than later. Oh, are you gonna smother Grandma with a pillow and make it look like she did it to herself? I mean, given the fact that I'm pretty sure she murdered your parents, I would say that's fairly ethically just, but... Okay, so what, do I just have to sit here and watch this until she... Yeah, what, is she gonna disappear then? The thing behind me is gonna open, isn't it? Yeah, the door behind me probably is going to open. And then I bet I'm gonna have to, like, evade her or something, aren't I? You gonna... Yeah, when are you gonna go ahead and open? Well, I can hear walking. Okay, I can't... Okay, yeah, there we go. So she, like, walked into the wall. That's weird. But, I mean, honestly, so, like, here's kind of my take, right? I don't think anybody in a situation like this is basically morally required to take care of somebody who's basically an invalid. Which is a really, really heartless way of phrasing it, but, like... Ultimately, nobody asked to be put in that position, right? No, nobody was asked to be born, nobody asked to have the family that they did, so, like, the fact of the matter is, nobody should feel obligated to go ahead and sacrifice their life to take care of someone, especially somebody who is basically broken. I mean, Grandma's more or less defective. Like, yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry that this kid is in that position, but... At the end of the day, yeah, it's not their fault. It's not their problem, and they need to live their life. Are you lost? How can you be lost if you have nowhere to go? Are you scared? Are you frightened? Are you without hope? Are you without God? Honestly, I think that might be the case, yeah. Okay.
Are you lost? How can you be lost if you have nowhere to go? Are you scared? Are you frightened? Are you without hope? Are you without God?
Honestly, I mean, I'm a little bit scared and frightened, to be honest, but honestly, I think I'm more just kind of, I really hope this kid doesn't end up in a position where he's, like, forced to take care of grandma. Because, again, right, like, yeah, yeah, it sucks, grandma's basically fucked in the head, but, like, it's not this kid's fault. He has no obligation to take care of her. And that really, really sucks. But, like, from a pragmatic point of view, he should not be under any circumstances forced to do that. If he wants to, that's fine, but he shouldn't feel like he has to. Yeah, it's probably where a lot of people think that I'm something of a heartless asshole. I mean, the fact of the matter is, that's really the only thing that you can do. I don't think that sane grandma back before she lost her shit to dementia or whatever, I don't think she would have wanted her kid to just, like, basically go and... Or I don't think she would have wanted her grandson to basically end up wasting his life. So if that's a better way of thinking about it, I have great news. I was one of the recipients of the scholarship. There is a downside, though. I can only use it on certain colleges. It seems reasonable. The list they gave me are all too far away to commute on a daily basis from our house and the college, so I definitely have to move. The problem there is that no one would be able to take care of my grandmother. I can't just leave her. She can't cook or buy groceries or do anything by herself. I'm practically her caretaker other than her grandson. Or rather than her grandson. If I leave her, she'll probably wind up dead from starvation or some kind of accident. I feel like I don't have many options here. Okay, again, kid, like, I don't know why he's... Oh boy, okay. Yeah, like, once again, the right choice here is to go to your school counselor or go to some adult authority figure here and ask them what the hell you should do. Because if you don't, you're going to end up in a position where you're not necessarily going to make the best choice. Like, that is the objectively right call here. Are you leaving me too? Are you... Yeah, it says, are you going to leave me too, not are you leaving me too. Yeah, honestly, I think that's probably the best. Like, yeah, that sucks, but again, this kid didn't ask for this situation, and he has to live his life. I mean, this isn't a position that anyone's ever happy to be in, but, like, you can't do that. And it's the same story, too, right? Like, at the end of the day, nobody has any obligation to take care of other human beings. Like, I guess you could make a moral obligation. If you have a kid or something, you sort of have an obligation to take care of it, but... Yeah, no, this guy... needs a hammer. I need a hammer of some kind. Okay. Yeah, this kid does not have an obligation to sacrifice his entire life to take care of Grandma. That's really the end of that. You? No. Okay, where would I find a hammer? Oh, hello. Okay. So there's a hammer. Oh, actually, this is really funny. I remember one time when I was actually in high school, around the age of this kid, there was one... I remember I was taking, like, in the US we have what's called AP courses, which are advanced placement. They're higher level courses of things. And I remember I was taking, I think it was an AP... I want to say it was an economics or a government class or something like that. And I remember we had this girl in the class, and our teacher was talking about things. And he was talking about, like, the war overseas. And then she said, I swear to God, this girl said, "What's Iraq?" And I remember just being, like, being astonished. I was like, how on earth are you possibly... How are you alive? And then she was like, wait, we're at war in the Middle East? And I was like, what? Like, and I mean, I was in high school in, like, the mid-2000s, so it's not like this was something that was really old. It's not like somebody could be like, oh, there was a war in Grenada or something like that. That's something that nobody really learns about unless they like military history. No, I mean, this girl, like, didn't know that the US was actively in a war in Iraq at this point, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So, anyway, how this is related to this, I think I had made a joke to one of my friends, and I was like, that girl's as dumb as a sack of hammers. And honestly, like, that was the most fucking appropriate thing in the world. And this girl, I want to make sure before somebody gets all high and mighty with me, this girl wasn't mentally handicapped or anything. She was just dumb as fuck. So, yeah, that, every time I'd refer to her, I'd always refer to her as Hammers. Okay, Grandma, go ahead and jump scare me. Or not. Or yes. Okay. Yeah, no, that girl was just stupid as all holy hell. I think she ended up getting married at like 19 or something. I mean, she was just fucking dumb. Hello. Okay. So, what, is that just... Okay, what now? I assume I'm going on to the next area. Yeah, that was, the hammers thing, though, reminded me of that story. It's always one of the funnier ones when I look back on things. Alright, so we ended up back on a couch after getting slapped around by Granny. So what does the operator have to tell us now?
James, it's been a while since our last encounter. That was a lot of information to absorb. I hope you got most of it, but I'll try to summarize the best that I can. You were trying your hardest to get by high school while also taking care of your grandmother, along with holding a part-time job. At the end of high school, you had amazing grades and received a full-ride scholarship. The only problem was you would have to leave your grandmother to attend college. She raised you all by herself after your parents passed away. It tore you up inside, knowing that you would have to abandon her to move forward in your life. Slowly but surely, her condition kept deteriorating, to the point where it was an extreme burden to provide care for her. You had to make a choice, abandon her and move on with your life, or throw away a full-ride scholarship and sacrifice your potential to take care of her. Are you ready to find out what choice you made? This is kind of exciting, isn't it? Well, I won't make you wait any longer. You chose to stay. You felt that it would be wrong to abandon her, especially when she needed you the most. She took care of you when you were abandoned, right? You were just returning the favor. If you haven't noticed, this area represents your old job. The one you worked while taking care of your grandmother after you graduated. First thing you should probably do is sign in. Enter the door to your left and find your ID card. I'll speak to you soon. Good luck.
God, really? This kid did that? I mean, so I guess my question is, did he have the option to attend something like a community college, which is actually, the fact that I didn't do that initially is one of my biggest regrets about my college experience. What just loaded in? I'm not sure. Yeah, the fact that I didn't do that is one of my deepest regrets of college. I think that pretty much everyone who's going to go to college, unless you're doing, like, a really specific field or you basically have everything mapped out. If you're like me and most people where you're basically like, I don't really know what I want to do, go to a community college here in the US. Not only will it save you shitloads of money, virtually all of the time you'll be able to transfer a bunch of the credits in, and you can go ahead and take a bunch of courses for a hell of a lot less money that you can go ahead then and use to figure out what you want to do. Like, I kind of wish I would have done it because then I would have realized that I'm just not smart enough to do stuff like high-level calculus or chemistry. For some reason, it doesn't really click with me. So I would have bailed out of engineering a lot earlier. Alright, so, slide you. This is going to sign in. Oh, we have to organize boxes. Okay. What do we... Oh. Oh, hold on. No, you're kidding, right? I don't actually have to go ahead and do this like one at a time. I sincerely hope this game isn't about to make me do that. But anyway, yeah, that will conclude, the Boundless Life advice section. Yeah, if anybody here is watching and you happen to be in a position where you're kind of deciding what you want to do with your life, highly, highly recommend going to a CC first. I think it's basically like, I don't know.
Are you having fun organizing those boxes?
Are you having fun being a dickhead? I don't know, like, outside of very specific contexts where we're not doing that is the right choice. Although I guess, like, obviously, if you're in a position like this kid where you basically could go to college for free, that might make it a little bit better. You know, I happen to be lucky enough to be in a position where my family could really help me with college, and I'm, like, eternally thankful for that. But yeah, like, this kid just, you know, if he's in a position like this where he has to go ahead and pay for his college.
It must get pretty tiring doing this 8 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, this kid, though, I mean, if he has to, like, pay for his own college, pay for his own way, CC is 110% the way to go. Because I probably would have learned, too. I would have learned that at the time I wasn't really emotionally ready for college. And, I mean, to date, one of my biggest regrets about how I learned at the time is that I really wish that I would have done probably like a couple of years at a community college or something like that. I would have wished that I would have probably enlisted in the Army as a reservist and then go back and then finish off my degree. I think that would have been...
I think you missed one. Look over there, in the corner.
How about you go fuck yourself, operator? Yeah, that's probably one of my deepest regrets, and if I could go back and do college differently, I would do that. That would be the smartest thing to do, I think. I don't know which one in the corner is he, or I think this guy's just literally taking the piss out of me. Alright, so we're good there. Yeah, so anyway, let's continue stacking boxes. The fact that this kid apparently was smart enough to get a full ride scholarship and then he decided to do this, like, even if it's for supposedly, like, ethical reasons, you know, he wanted to make sure that somebody took care of his grandmother. This kid's a fucking idiot if he actually did this.
Does it get tiring? Doing this job day after day, only to come home having to care for your elderly grandmother.
Yeah, honestly, this would get pretty tiring. Okay, so I'm updating my suspicion. Grandma killed our parents, but we kill Grandma and we make it look like a murder. Or make it look like a suicide, like she smothered herself with a pillow or something. Yeah, I wonder if this kid ever finds out what exactly she did. I wonder if he finds out that she killed...
Do you ever feel regret? Maybe you should have just taken the scholarship and ran off.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, I wonder if this kid ever does find out, though, that she killed his parents. I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense to me. But, I don't know. I mean, is that what happened?
Potential you wasted. Was it worth it? Doing the same thing every single day.
Honestly, no. This would not be worth it. Like, at no point is almost anyone, unless you're like one of those super hyper hard charging types, is anyone going to be in a position where they're going to be better off not going to college if this kid is this smart and this driven.
At home, or do you find this job more tedious than taking care of her?
Honestly, no. I feel like this job is less tedious and honestly probably served as an escape for the kid, which I don't really blame him because at the very least this job has some value. You know, honestly, thinking about this kind of raises the question, what is the ethics of something like assisted suicide? In a case like this, like if somebody has dementia and they're just completely fucked.
Belittle you, but I'm just relaying the thoughts you had at the time.
You're also enjoying it too much, dickhead. But yeah, like if you know, is it ethical to keep someone alive who's basically broken? And I don't know the answer to that one. I really don't know. That's a really tough question. Because, I mean, at some point you have to...
Concept, isn't it? Sacrificing the future for the present. Sacrificing all that potential to have a clear conscience. Was it worth it?
Yeah, the more we think about it, the more my answer was leaning towards a no. But really, like, this, yeah, like, at what point does it stop being ethical, or at what point do we basically stop trying to save every single human life because the one that's there is basically broken? And that's a really tough ethical question, but like, a hyper-pragmatic society. And I see a lot of people talking about, you know, the universal healthcare stuff, like there's questions of efficiency and everything else. It's, you know, at what point do we go ahead and just write it off? And I don't know, I'm very firmly of the opinion that if somebody is like Grandma here and they're basically so incapable, they should either be put in a home or, like, I don't know. I don't know what's the right solution to do there.
Wow, great job, James. Are you ready to start all over again tomorrow?
To be honest, I will say that having a job that's just kind of mindless like that is kind of nice in a sense, just so that you can go ahead and what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, just so that you can go ahead and like kind of clear your head a bit. It is one of those things that I do sort of miss sometimes when I'm getting really stressed out with my work. When you just kind of have to be on your game and you have to like really think about things. There is something to be said for having really, really simple job. Yeah, and it's one of those cases where it's like, I think even if I was worth like millions of dollars and I never had to work again, I think what I would probably do is, I feel like I would most likely, that's not what I wanted to do, I feel like I would almost be tempted to go ahead and have some sort of a job like this, just to have something to do. Although, I don't know, I guess I have enough like potential hobbies and things of interest that could maybe draw me in. Yeah, well, there we go. So, James here decided to make a very stupid fucking choice. Yeah, I think he screwed up. As heartless as that is, he made the wrong choice. Although, yeah, I guess, poor kid, right? Like, that can't be a good place to be in. That really can't. I mean, having to make that kind of a choice here. Okay, so let's do one more chapter, I think, before I go ahead and wrap this one up. I think when I started this, I was on chapter 6. And I got achievement, welcome home. Oh, so this is the home we owned with Grandma. Yeah, okay. So, although here's the question, like how is he possibly comfortable? What the hell? What was that? No, hang on. Okay, yeah, oh, that's my flashlight. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I mean, how is he comfortable leaving her home alone then? I mean, she's okay to be home alone this long. She's okay to be home alone longer, and she's okay to be... Yeah, this was a very irrational choice. Which, I get it, right? Emotions make people do fucky things. But still, it's, yeah, this kid definitely made some weird choices here. Alright, so I'm assuming I'm looking for Grandma. Yeah, I really hope this kid was, like, going to college or something. In the meantime, going to a CC or whatever. Because if not, I mean, that's like, just massively wasted potential. Yeah, and there's actually, and I know I've talked about him a few times, and people haven't gotten angry about it, so I'll continue with it. That psychologist Jordan Peterson actually made a really interesting point. And it was that you are a node in a network. You will likely know 1,000 people in your life, and all of those people will likely know 1,000 people in their lives. So you would know 1,000 people. If you go one step, you're one step away from 1,000,000 people in theory, and you're 2 steps away from 1,000,000,000. And the idea is that all of these people, like, you have an ethical obligation to be the best you, because, not to help yourself necessarily, but because if you don't, you're not going to, Does he barricade her in her room? Really? Yeah, you have an obligation to help people, though, by being the best version of yourself. Because that does the most good for the world around you. And I find that a really compelling case. Because a lot of people, and I know I've certainly had some struggles with this in my life, they just, like, they don't like themselves. And they can't see a point in doing good. They can't see a point in taking care of themselves. But what you can do is you can actually go ahead and instead you can think about it as a question of, okay, how can I go ahead and basically maximize the good in the world? Sorrow? Okay. Oh, hang on. Okay. So now I need to barricade out the door. But anyway, yeah, and at the same point too, for anyone who's actually having a difficult time kind of taking care of themselves, one of the better pieces of advice I've ever been given is change the way you look at yourself. Change the way you look at that problem. The problem should not be, you know, how can I go ahead and fix myself and I'm worthless, blah, blah, blah. But instead, try to treat yourself like you're someone that you are forced to take care of, that you want to succeed. And that's just a really interesting way to approach it. And you know, the rationale is like, if you had a dog and, or a cat or whatever, 35 millimeter. I've never, oh wait, was this made by the same developer? Maybe this was actually, that would be interesting. But yeah, if you have like a dog or a cat, right, and the pet gets sick, and you go ahead and you go to the vet, and the vet's like, hey, give your pet this medicine. You would go ahead and you would give the pet the medicine, right? You would give the pet the medicine, and you would give the pet the medicine properly because you want it to be taken care of. So clearly, you can go ahead and you can take care of something that you care about, that you want to be happy and healthy. So just try doing that for yourself instead, and it's a really interesting approach. And it's just a really novel way of looking at it, given how many people just hate themselves. And they're just miserably unhappy. And that's that's one of the better things that guy's ever said, and I really, really like that approach. Because yeah, even if you're just like, well, you know, I don't know how to take care of myself, basically taking a third person step back and being like, okay, if one of your friends came to you in this position and said, hey, I want some assistance, you would go ahead and like, it helps clarify what you should do. Task list. Clean up any broken plates, hide kitchen knife under bed, check emails on phone, nail wooden planks on door, turn off all lights, go to bed. Okay. So broken plates and kitchen knife. Okay. At some point, wouldn't you maybe start running out of, oh, okay, yeah. Wouldn't you start running out of, like, plates to break? Okay, that explains why that's there. I think I can go ahead and I can turn off the lights then. Although I don't know why he's turning off the lights. Oh, I wonder if this one just stays on permanently. Yeah, actually, that's something else that I really like. And I remember the first time I'd ever seen this was in an apartment once. And it was like all of the outlets, they had little LEDs built into them. And it worked as a really frickin' good nightlight. And it was really, really solid. And I liked it quite a bit. Okay, let's see. That's that. Okay, so I really just need to go ahead. Can I... Okay, I can't do anything with the phone, so I guess I can't do anything there. Let's see, what else? Oh, here we go. Alright. Yeah, why is he barricading Grandma in her room? That's a horrible fire hazard. Not that I give a shit, because Grandma here is fucking worthless, but at the same time, like, yeah, why is that the case? Why is that what they're doing? And then turn off all lights, and then go to sleep. Can I... No, did I not do something right? Is there something special that I have to do with, There must be something special I have to do with the phone, right? Is it now going to work or something? Yeah, of course it is. It's unfortunately you declined our scholarship program. Thank you for applying, and we hope you are successful in all future academic endeavors. Yeah, honestly, this kid has every reason to be very, very bitter. Yeah, okay. So I guess let's, yeah, let's go to bed. Hopefully. Yeah, no, this is like a really sad story. I mean, yeah, this kid definitely fucked up his life pretty drastically here. Why? I can see that thing popping up sometimes. Why? Oh, there we go. Okay, it's like just weirdly specific. Yeah, this definitely not the best idea for whatever this kid decided to do. Can I... Okay, I can't control this or anything. So what jump scare is going to occur? Probably... Huh. What? Yeah, anyway, that's just some really, really solid advice that I would give you guys, though. If you're ever having a hard time taking care of yourself or knowing what to do, try to take a step back and look at it from a third-person perspective. What would you tell a friend who's in that position? I can't really do anything. I also don't like the fact that it's, yeah, starting to get, like, weird. I can't move. Hey, Grandma's... It's just gonna be a fucking jump scare, isn't it? Yeah, I'm sure it is, and I can't really do anything right now. Oh, okay. Somebody's banging on the door. Can I... Okay, again, kid, why are you not, like... Why are you not calling social services? Like, you should be. This is ridiculous. Because, yeah, if like, you have to fucking barricade her in her room. This isn't a case where, like, she occasionally accidentally slips and cuts herself cooking dinner or something. Like, this is very, very clearly a danger to herself and others. Like, what are you gonna do? You gonna sit there and take care of her forever? I mean, you can't do that, man. This is ridiculous. Did I hear that? Hear what? Let me guess, is it open? Hang on. Really? I can't turn on the fucking thing? Oh dear. Okay. Well, I can't do that. What am I... Do I go down here now? No. Am I gonna go get the hammer and put the things back up? I mean, truly, like... This is fucking ridiculous. This kid has to nail Grandma into the fucking bedroom in order to keep her from hurting herself. Like, this kid's being a dumbass. Okay, that's just that. Is this... This is the same thing. Yeah, like, this is unfucking believable. That this kid is this fucking stupid. Alright. Hello. Or not. Yeah, I genuinely can't believe this. Pain, are you full of it? Patience, are you out of it? When will your suffering end? When will her suffering end? You can see it crossed out on the left there. Yeah, I mean, this is just... Like, I get it, right? The kid's heart's in a good place, but... I mean, this kid's being a fucking moron. Like, you don't do this. You don't go ahead and you don't fucking... Yeah, this kid's being a stupid asshole. Like, you just don't do this. That's all I can really say. God, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my parents. My parents are excellent people. We might disagree on some things, but they always mean well. But the fact of the matter is that I would not throw away, like, I wouldn't throw away a marriage, I wouldn't throw away my career and everything else just to take care of them. That's just not going to happen, no matter how good of people they are. So, like, at some point, it would be a case of, like, you have to go into a home, or I have to go get help from the state or something to take care of you. Right.
Are you full of it? Patience. Are you out of it? James, when will your suffering end? You wanted her to die, didn't you? Not for her sake, but for your own. You yearned for her death, not because her suffering would cease. It was because yours would cease as well.
I mean, honestly, I don't blame him. I mean, the fact of the matter is, like, yeah, like, she's so dangerous. Grandma is so dangerous to herself and everyone around her, like, her continued being alive is a bad thing. Today I found my laptop broken. I left her alone for just a few minutes while I was in the bathroom, and I guess she walked into my bedroom and have an episode. I'll have to drain my savings in order to replace it. Yeah, again, like, if she's so bad that she cannot exist on her own, you can't do that. Like, this is unjust. It's unfair to her. It's unfair to you. It's unfair to the world around you because, again, right, like, James was clearly a smart kid. He was very, very clearly somebody who had real potential. He was academically gifted. He was able to get a full ride scholarship. He probably could have done some really good things for the world.
Do you feel the resentment pulsating through your veins? Do you feel the last breath of patience exiting your body? Do you feel the rage welling up, overflowing, displacing empathy, sympathy, and love? Do you hear it? It's calling you. A way out. Follow it. Let it guide you.
Honestly, I don't think that he's wrong. Like, I wouldn't advocate for outright murder here, but the fact of the matter is that James already fucked up once, and, like, here's something else that a lot of people do, and I'm just as guilty of this as anybody. When you make one stupid fuck-up, that doesn't justify future fuck-ups. You shouldn't continue to fuck up. He fucked up by not taking the scholarship. What he should do is he should see if he could maybe get it back and contact, like, the police and let them know what she's doing. Contact social services, contact adult care, or just move, and then you call them and leave an anonymous tip and be like, hey, her caretaker is gone. You know, she doesn't have anyone there, and I think she's crazy. They will send someone. Okay, so I can't go there. Is it down here now? Maybe. But yeah, like, that is the right choice. He should have done that. He should not do what he did here. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Next time, we're probably going to find out that James smothered his grandmother or otherwise probably caused her death. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you next time.